Hey everyone, here's some footage from my last squat training session. The plan for today was 260 kilos for 4 sets of 5 reps. Just trying to keep up a real good volume of work, really work on speed and technique above everything else. So here's my first set. Plan was just take it out strong, really get nice deep squats and power out the hole. As you can see, I'm using just a normal 20 kilo Texas power bar and I'm walking the weight out. The weight rack's not ideal because the height of the pins, the top pin is a little bit too high for me, and the next one's a little bit too low, so I'm taking that at the lower pin. Whole idea, just always I'm training which things are not ideal to help sort of strength and also mindset going into competition as well, so you're prepared for any environment. Going into the second set, I felt pretty good after the first set. I weren't really fatigued at all, so again, just working on the same things, working on good solid position, working on nice deep squats and speed. So just take the bar out really strong, plant my feet, and then away I go. As you can see, I've got my Chris Papp t-shirt on, Game Over 361. Uh, so again, just really working on controlling the weight down, getting nice good depth. As you can see, I'm sponsored by Strength Shop. I'm wearing a Strength Shop belt, just as good as any sort of lifting belt on the market. So if you're in the market for a new belt, it's probably worth a look. Very reasonable prices too. So again, just working on real good depth and really good speed at the top. I take my time in between the reps, just stop the oscillation of the bar before I go into my following rep. That way I can sort of maintain control throughout the lift. And going into my third set, it's still feeling pretty good at this stage, feeling the speed was pretty good. So again, pretty confident going into this set. So again, walking the weight out, setting myself up, and then away I go. Really working on control on the way down and powering out the hole. I was quite happy with this set. Speed was pretty good. Just lost my balance a little bit on one of the reps, but I sort of maintained it and sort of fought through that position. I'm quite happy with this. My competition I'm training for in terms of squats will be a qualifier in Windsor on the 20th of March. I plan to squat with no knee wraps on in this meet, so it'd be quite an interesting one. My target will be anywhere between sort of 340 kilos to 350 kilos. This is set 4. I felt really good this training session, even considering I had a little bit of a cough and a cold a few days beforehand. But again, I don't feel that it really affected my performance at all. Hasn't really slowed down my recovery rate in between sessions either, so I can't really complain. So going into this set, I felt just as good as the first set, to be honest. But again, just really working on nice tight positions, working on tightness through the upper back, which is really a big key for me in the squat in terms of holding my sit position throughout. And again, the vital focus here is just being really explosive and focus on speed all the way through the lift. Again, as the fatigue kicked in, the last few reps slowed down a little bit, but nothing significant. I just had to work a little bit harder through to the top point. Okay, I'm doing some pause squats here. Pause squats are great for working on weaknesses, and they don't always have to be done out the hole. I chose to do pause squats just above parallel, which again can be a little bit of a sticking point for me. So I'll go into a nice deep squat first, drive up, pause, and then drive through to finish the lift. So again, what you could do with the pause squats, if you choose to do them above parallel, is stop them at your sticking point, so it works relative weakness throughout your squat. But again, even though the bar speed looks pretty good on this, I did find this pretty tough. And again, with the pause, it just adds a little bit more time under tension as well. So again, there's a little bit more fatigue throughout this movement. And again, a good exercise if you've got a sticking point which is just above parallel. To wrap the training session up, I've done some 100 banded leg curls and a few sets of plank holding for 45 seconds.